So we've had the final qualifying session of the season at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and well, the grid set actually looks really good, doesn't it? Especially for the teams that have got something left to fight for in the championship. You know, it should be a good race for them. But let's go straight through into Q1 and start there. Logan Sargent starts last. He didn't set a time. He had 2 lap times deleted, and not a way to end the season, especially when his seat is still up in the air, isn't it, at this moment in time? You know, we really probably wanted to end on a high, but it's gone horribly wrong for him in that session. Zhou Guanzu's going to start 19th, Bottas in 18th, Kevin Magnussen 17th, and Carlos Sainz P16. Yes, I mean, that was the shock really of that whole session, wasn't it? He came on the radio complaining of traffic, but it didn't seem like there was an awful lot of traffic on his lap, was there? But the stars in that session really were Yuki Tsunoda at P3, Alex Albon in P4, the Williams showing good pace in the early part of qualifying. Max Verstappen led by Sergio Perez, and then Yuki Tsunoda, like I said, 3rd place. Fantastic result from him. But yeah, Carlos Sainz, 4th, P16. I mean, I expected the Ferraris to be really in the hunt for pole, and it's not gone really too well for Carlos recently, has it? Yeah, but he'll be hoping for a much better and stronger race pace from there. Into the Q2 session, Daniel Ricciardo will start 15th place. He'll be disappointed. He's beaten by his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. P14 start for Alex Albon. What started off so looked like they would be strong in Q1 just results in a P14 for him. Hopefully he'll be strong down that straight and they can make some overtakes tomorrow and try and get some points for him. Lance Stroll, P13, he'll be disappointed as well, beaten again by his teammate. You know, he was building up and getting closer to his teammate over the last couple of weekends, hasn't he? And it's fallen back for him again here. Ocon in 12th, he'll be disappointed as well. His teammate's going to line up 5th. Or no, 10th actually, because his time deleted, didn't he? But yeah, he's beaten by his teammate. And Lewis Hamilton was the big scalp in this one, P11, but he's been struggling all throughout all the practice sessions. Even when we heard him talking to teams in the pen, even before the qualifying session, he was constantly saying like, yeah, he's expecting George Russell to be the one forward. So I don't know if there's something behind the scenes where he knows, you know, there's slim on parts or there's down on power or something, but he just never really got the setup right, and it showed in qualifying, didn't it? So a poor start for him. Another P11 for Lewis Hamilton. But yeah, will that car go well in the race? He normally does, but you just don't know, do you, anymore? And then into the final Q3 session, Pierre Gasly will start in 10th place. He had a lap time deleted. He was going well, actually, further up at one point in that session. Like I said, it was about P5, so it would have been a really good result for him. Sergio Perez, his poor qualifying session continues, doesn't it? A P9 start. He had his lap time deleted. He was further up the field, but he'll start in P9 tomorrow. He'll have some, positions to make up from there. Nico Hülkenberg, a brilliant qualifying session for him in P8. Fantastic from that Haas team. Fernando Alonso, 7th place start. He's the one really taking the fight to the McLarens who are up ahead of him, and he needs to just stay as close as he possibly can, doesn't he, to try and get some decent haul of points and try to keep the McLarens in sight so they can hold on to that 4th place finish. Yuki Tsunoda, P6 start, a fantastic qualifying session for him, and actually if he can hold on to that place and the Williams don't score, then that's enough points for them to beat them in the Constructors' Championship, isn't it? 8 points for him from there, but he's got some fast cars behind him, Perez, Sainz, Hamilton. I'm not sure he'll really be looking to hold on to that, or he'll do well to hold on to that if he does that tomorrow. But he has notoriously gone well here, hasn't he? He did well in his previous outings here in Abu Dhabi, so who knows. And then Lando Norris, a P5 star, and I've got to say he'll be really disappointed, wasn't he? He was on it. He looked like the man for pole position, wasn't he? He was setting his better times on used soft tyres, and then he went unbolted on that soft set and made a horrible mistake on his last run. Cost him half a second down, and that's really what's put him down. I mean, he should at worst be starting on the front row of the grid in second, but he's way down, isn't he, in P5. It'll be a disappointing session for him overall. George Russell beats his teammate there, equal 11 for qualifying head-to-heads for them two, Hamilton and Russell, and a P4. He's been really good, hasn't he, from practice. He seems to have got the balance right on that car compared to his teammate, and he's the one that's going to be really taking the fight to Ferrari, isn't he, and try and hold on to that second place in the constructors. He's the lead Mercedes on that one. Oscar Piastri, a brilliant result, P3. He was really happy with his qualifying session, and he's had a scruffy Q1 and a much better, decent lap finally for him in Q3. A third place start is a fantastic result from there. Charles Leclerc pulled off a magnificent lap, and to be fair, I had him tipped to be the one that was, I mean, especially in his practice, they were running fast, weren't they? And I thought he'd be the one taking the fight to pole, but he was just miles off in Q1 and Q2. But what a lap. He's going to start on the front row of the grid, and hopefully he can pull off a decent result from there. But they are a bit worried with how well they'll go on the tyres in the race. You know that the car is brilliantly fast over one lap. And it's another pole position for Max Verstappen, and he had probably like the one that would just look like he might be outsourced, and it looked like there'd be someone else on pole position when he looked at all the free practice sessions coming into qualifying. He was absolutely nowhere, complaining. The car was jumping around like a kangaroo, bouncing on the bumps, horrible. But yeah, he turned up in the end, a P1 pole position for him for tomorrow's race. Given how good that car is on tyres, I just expect him to run off with the race result tomorrow. But you never know what might happen into turn one. Nothing's happened so far this season for him, has it? And he's been plain sailing and easy. Can we end up for a mixed race tomorrow? Yeah, we've got a good grid, haven't we? You know, Ferrari just ahead of Russell in that battle for P2 in the constructors, having just really close there. Yuki Tsunoda has just done a magnificent lap, and could that be enough for him and to get ahead of Williams? You know, the Alonso is only a couple of places behind the McLarens, and the problem is that it's both McLarens that are up there, aren't they? A third and a fifth for them two. So it's Alonso sort of fighting one-handed to try and help Aston Martin keep up with that. And if Stroll can get off to a brilliant start, kind of like what he did last time out, and be up there and pick up some points, you know, there's potential enough there that they can just hold on to that P4 Aston Martin. So it's looking really good the way the grid is set up for them, and everybody in and around that in the key battles that were coming up. But so far, yeah, it's advantage Ferrari and McLaren in there at the moment. And yeah, the AlphaTauri one, I think he might struggle with that, really, just especially because he's got so much faster cars behind him. But we're in for an intriguing race tomorrow. It should be a fantastic last race. Let's hope so anyway. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment as always, and I'll see you for the race review tomorrow.